Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the North Edge Apache. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this GSD-003, and Greg was wearing my Pagani Design PD-1661 Cookie Monster. Grego said he saw a deleted scene from Dune 2 on YouTube, where the Sardaukar asked the Emperor what they should do with the Baron's dead body. The Emperor points to Paul and says, "He's the Kwisatz Haderach. Give Muad'Dib the bones. This old man is going home." All right, let's take a look at the watch. I have a new camera, my Pixel 7a. I dropped it on the garage concrete and broke the screen. And I got the screen replaced, but I've just been having nothing but trouble with it since. And so I went ahead and bit the bullet and got myself a new Pixel 8. But anyway, here's the watch. This is the fourth North Edge on my channel. North Edge watches have done quite nice for me. The first North Edge Mars is my second most popular review ever at over 15,000 views. This Apache is a clear upgrade to the Mars. Where the Mars had a pedometer, this Apache has a thermometer, altimeter, barometer, metronome, and compass. With addition of all the complications comes an addition of complexity, as none of them are exactly intuitive to use and most of them need calibration. Fortunately, we have the internet and YouTube to show us how to use such things, so I don't have to make this a 30-minute instruction video and just a general review instead. North Edge is marketing this as a military watch, and I can see that. The Mars came in lots of colors, but this Apache only comes in black. In all honesty, black really fits the theme that they are going for, but an olive green would have worked also. The watch is 46 millimeters wide, 52.7 millimeters lug to lug. It's 14.6 millimeters thick, has a 22 millimeter lug width, and weighs 98 grams on the supplied canvas strap. The bezel has this pattern to it, or texture to it. It's a nice looking bezel. And then we have the dial on the rehaut. We have the compass locations. And then we also have indications what the pushers do. Like, for example, this is the light pusher. It says light. The backlight doesn't look very impressive with the lights on, but with the lights off, it does a good job. It's nice and even. I like it. Anyway, this button, it says barometer. This button says altimeter. And this button says mode. Then we have the dial. The dial is a digital display. And as you can see, it's set on normal time mode. Press this button, and then we go into pedometer mode. Press this button, then you have a record of your pedometer results. Press this button, again, you got the alarm. Then you have the chronograph. Then you have a countdown timer. Then you have the metronome. And then you have a second time. Press this button, and then it puts you in barometer mode. Press this button, and it puts you into altimeter mode, which also has the temperature. Then press this button, puts you in compass mode. And I will not go over how to set all this stuff. Once again, there's plenty of videos on YouTube, and you have the instructions. Otherwise, this video will be 30 minutes long, and nobody wants a 30-minute long video from me. The pushers are just simple pushers. They do the job. Nothing wrong with them. I like them. And then we have a flat mineral glass crystal. You don't get sapphire. And then you have the case. I really like the case. It's not stainless steel, but it has a nice coating to it. And it looks nice, and it wears nice. This is a big watch, but it wears really nice because of how it's shaped. Nice and flat on the wrist. And then we have the case back. We have a star here. Now, the star greatly resembles the U.S. Army star, or you could say it looks like the Chinese star. So it's kind of military generic. So you don't have to, if you're a citizen of the U.S., you can say, yeah, that's the U.S. Army logo. And if you're on the other side of the world, you could always say, yeah, that's the Chinese Liberation Army, People's Liberation Army logo. So you can just, it's kind of generic, just very military themed. Then it says water resistance 50 meters. Yes, you only get 50 meters. It would have been nice if we had 100, since this is a field watch. Then it says battery CR2032, so you know which battery to replace it with. Then it says Apache 46 North Edge. Then as you can see, we have 4 little tiny Phillip head screws that holds the case back on. This is not a screw down, it's not a pry off. So I really wish it was a screw down, and then you wouldn't have to deal with this tiny little screws when you go to change the battery, because they are really small. So it might be difficult. And also, there's a little hole right here. And I don't know if that's to let the air in for the pressure sensors or what, but maybe that's why they can only do 50 meters of water resistance, because of this little hole. So I don't know if I'd go swimming with this thing because of that hole. Then I don't know what the movement is. Obviously, it's a pretty complicated movement because it has all these features. Somebody pointed out that there is the Sukume that has the same movement and the same features, but that Sukume only has 30 meters of water resistance, so you're probably better off with this one, although the Sukume is cheaper. Then we have the strap. The strap is canvas, and it looks a lot like a NATO, but it's not a NATO because it doesn't go underneath the case back. This is a 14 millimeter watch, so yeah, you could put it on a NATO, but that's going to make it chunky. So you're probably better off with this canvas strap. Would have been nice if it had quick release or drilled lugs or anything. That way you could change it easier, but it doesn't. And as you can see, the hardware is very simple, but this simple hardware kind of fits the theme of the watch. And then you have plenty of notches that are pretty close together. Here's the watch, my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice, it wears nice. This is a big watch, but it sits nice and flat. I have 5 notches left in the strap, so you should be able to wear this if your wrist is 8.5 or bigger. So that's nice. Nothing worse than a big watch with a short strap. We won't be going into the loom room, so I'll just dim the lights here and I can show you the backlight. There's the backlight. As you can see, it's nice and even. Does a good job of showing it without being bright or distortion or anything like that. So it's a good backlight. I like it. What I like about this watch? Well, it looks and wears nice. It has a ton of features, and it has a nice even backlight. What are my gripes and groans? 100 meters of water resistance would have been more field watch appropriate. And the watch can be very confusing to use and calibrate. And it would have been nice if the case back would have been a screw down instead of having these little screws. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch is great. It has a ton of features, and you can watch your wife roll her eyes when you drive to the mountains and you tell her what the altitude and air pressure is. Well, thank you for watching my review of the North Edge Apache, and I will be back with an unboxing. I got a bunch of stuff coming from AliExpress today. 3 watches, so it's going to be a triple. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to check out my Members Choice. And if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link, and I will get a tiny, tiny commission. Bye.